What's good, everybody? My name is Landmark, and welcome back to the channel. Continuing on in this series of create and release. I've been filming a lot. I got a lot going on, man. I got a lot going on. I'm excited for you guys to see my process, the stuff that I've created. On this video, it was shot over a couple of days, but basically started a track and finished it and just went through the whole process. This particular video, I get a little bit more technical towards the end, talking about patterns and clips. If you're using Maschine primarily, how to navigate through the arranger and using clips in the arranger. So it gets a little bit technical towards the end, but most of it is just creating from scratch. And I just hit record, and whatever happened. And dude, the product at the end, though, I'm really digging the vibe of what's at the end of this video. So the track at the end, I think, is pretty dope. Stick around, listen for that. Again, this video is sponsored by DistroKid. They are the medium in which I'm using to release the songs that I come up with this month on video. So yeah, I know you've heard about DistroKid. Everyone talks about it. If you haven't signed up, there's a link in the description down below that'll give you 7% off your first year, $20 a year, bro. Come on, join the team. Let's get it. Release your music. Continuing on in this trend, create, release. So without further ado, y'all know what it is. Let's go. So once you put out music, the goal is to get people to listen to it, right? And a lot of the times, this is a big complaint of people, of young artists, or any artists in general. There's no one listening to their music. Well, it's probably because you're not promoting your music in the right way, or you're not making your music available to the people that would actually listen to your music. So I want to talk about the HyperFollow feature from DistroKid, which is a free and essential tool to give your music the best chance of being heard by fans and by anyone that's just browsing the internet looking for music. So what HyperFollow is, it's just kind of like a one-stop shop to where your music is and all the streaming platforms that people can listen to it, your social platforms, just one page where someone can go to and find everything that they need to know about you and your music. So on the DistroKid website, it's right here. Click under more, and you'll see right here, HyperFollow. Click that. And we're going to take this from the Soul album because I didn't do what I was supposed to do with HyperFollow here on this album. So we're going to take a look at this really quick, and I'll show you what the HyperFollow screen looks like. Right here at the top, it says your HyperFollow page for this release looks like this, right? So these are all of the links to the music so it goes straight to Spotify there. So Apple Music, click on that link, it goes there. iTunes, Google Play, Amazon. So I can also customize this page however I see fit. Click customize, hit edit. You see all these different features that you can change about that page. You have a YouTube embed here that you can put there. Spotify pre-save on, which is going to help your plays and your streams. Going to help volume wise if people pre-save. Plus the more people you get to pre-save, the higher chance that you will get of people listening to your music. All of your music links here. Social media, you can add Instagram, Facebook, all of that, TikTok, whatever you want here. And then once you go back to your HyperFollow page, everything that you want people to see will be here. And then you can share this page with anyone. People are looking for ease of use. If I come to your page and I want to hear your song and I listen to it on Deezer and you don't have a link for it, I'm not going to listen to it. But if you have something as simple as this, where all I have to do is click on it and it takes me directly there, the higher the likelihood of me as a new listener or someone that's a fan of yours or someone that's been a longtime fan, like that's actually going to listen to your music. So HyperFollow is one of those tools that's essential to your arsenal whenever you're releasing music, because you want people to have ease of use so that it increases your chances of your song being played by your fans. So that's HyperFollow. Let's get back into the video. So here I'm just cycling through some of the unison audio chord progressions, trying to find something that fits with this choir sound that I found. Changing the tempo. Just trying to find the right sound using Cloud Supply. Such great sounds there. Using mallet flux here to try to find a nice little ARPed mallet sound. Found something that sounds pretty nice here. Another lead synth from Lo-Fi Glow. Adjusting some parameters. Now the drums. These drums are from Count Cole Drums Volume 3. I pretty much use them on everything. They're just so good. I'm setting up the sidechain. Want my synths to a sidechain to the kick. Now I'm looking for a little bit more dynamics to the song, so looking for some percussive loops. I found this, and I like the sample, but I want it to loop and loop over and over again. So I'm just adjusting the audio sample to just be that perfect shaker loop. Alright, so here's this little trick I'm getting ready to do here. So I found this great synth, but I want it to pulse at a certain rate. So what I'll do is I'll take a sound and put it next to the synth that I want to use. And I'll turn it all the way down. And then I'll sidechain the synth to I have a little clave there, just one little sound. And then once I implement the sidechain, even though the volume is all the way down and you can't hear anything, the clave basically sets a trigger to pulsate. So you see it's side chaining according to the patterns that are laid out, and then I can adjust the pattern and the effect by just adding and taking away triggers. So that's a way to customize your side chain and or a pulsing synth. And Exhale is just a goat, man. There's a lot of sounds going on here, so I'm trying to pick out what I can keep, what I need to take away, and eventually I convert one of those sounds into a real piano. I wanted to switch it up a little bit here. Oh God. Oh God. Gotta set the vibes. Gotta set the vibes. Gotta set the vibes. You feel me? Gotta set the vibes. It's beautiful. I feel like that should be like a clip somewhere during a breakdown. I think I got enough. All right, so I think I'm done adding stuff to this, and I think it's time for arrangement. So I'm gonna try to find like a nice little groove to build this track. I'm gonna build scene by scene and then switch from ideas mode into the arranger view and basically just copy and paste the scenes into the arranger, and should be pretty much complete by then. So I'm going to use the Maschine JAM to build a sequence, and this is the reason why I still use this in my production, is because it does help me in ideas mode to come up with an arrangement from scene to scene, so that when I go back into the arranger view, which you'll see like right here, I can just select different scenes throughout the arranger timeline, and when I'm done in ideas mode, I can just set all these scenes and then have pretty much a complete shell when moving forward in the transition, building transitions and just building the song up. So you see how I just added a couple of different elements here and there using the Maschine JAM to help me build in ideas mode. Like rather than trying to click certain multiple things at the same time, I can use the Maschine JAM to trigger multiple patterns, to turn them on and off, to kind of help me get an idea of what I want the song to be arranged as. So That's the good thing about the Jam, and that's why I use it. So these are all in like 4-bar sets. So each scene will be like 4 bars, which is a little short than what I'm used to. But I mean, I can build as many scenes as I want using 4-bar loops, 8-bar loops, whatever you decide is good for your workflow. So I'll use that for scene 1. So I skip over to scene 2, and what do I want to be in scene 2? It's actually these 2 different patterns in scene 2. Yeah, so as I cycle through all of these scenes, I've kind of already selected a few of the patterns that I want to be in each scene. But as I cycle through scenes, you can see how I have different patterns selected. And so let's jump over into the arranger mode. And then when I'm ready to just put it all out on a timeline, I can just select the scene for every in sequence to build the song. So let's just do these 4, and then I'll turn the loop on, and here's what it will sound like. So that's how I use the Maschine JAM to help me build scenes. I can turn stuff on and off, what sounds good here, what sounds good there, and just triggering the pads in the Maschine JAM, I can kind of get an idea of what I want to add in each scene as it goes along. Switch it up. Nice little switch up there. I'm not sure. I'm not sold on that. Okay, so here's what I would normally do. I have a pattern here for the drums. Like I want to take some drum elements out to add like a drop. So let me duplicate this pattern and say I'll take this stuff out here to create a nice little gap, transition back into so there's this nice little gap here, but in order to do that, I had to create another pattern. So what scene do I want that pattern to be in? And I have to go in and select each scene where I've already created this entire layout of how I want the song to go, but I only just want to add and subtract certain elements throughout the song. So instead of creating completely new patterns, I can just create a clip, convert something to a clip, and make additions and subtractions that way without having an effect to the pattern. That way, if I already have something set in place, like you see here, I can make adjustments on the fly for the song that I already have laid out. I like this setup. I like what it looks like. but I only want to change certain elements. And instead of creating completely new patterns, I just create clips instead and add and subtract as I go along. So for instance, here I have this in group G. If I wanted to create a transition from scene 4 into scene 5, I can literally just drag this clip across multiple scenes if I wanted to, and add different elements here and there, maybe a swell or a sweep to lead into across scenes. That's what clips is really good for. And say I have this clip right here where I took the drums out, but I don't like it. I can start over by just deleting the clip, and the underlying pattern is still there. So this is what I actually wanted to take away. Convert to clip. Take it away. I don't like that. Delete, and the underlying pattern is still there. So that is an advantage of converting something from a pattern to a clip, is if you mess up, you can just delete the clip, and what you converted and changed is still underlying. So the clips kind of sit on top of patterns, which is, I mean, it's a little different than what I'm used to working in like Pro Tools. But I do like this workflow. I've grown accustomed to it, and if you're well versed in Maschine, this is a way that you can try to build your tracks and stay completely within Maschine. So I'm going to take all the elements that I just talked about, create a complete song, and then show you guys what I came up with. Won't necessarily be the final product, but it'll be close. And as I go through all of these songs over the next month, you'll see the final product at the end. All right, so let me show you what I did. I added another group, and in this entire group, I added 8 different sounds, whether they be sweeps, crashes, rises, and then I also downloaded some vocal samples from Splice. So key of G minor.
Time stood still.
And then the final one. So I went on to Splice, and I knew my chord progression was in G minor, so I just searched vocal samples in G minor to fit the progression of the track so far, and I just put them all on a single group, and just created a long clip that crossed multiple scenes, as you see here, and just inserted those little elements as I saw fit throughout the entire song. So without further ado, this is the final track that I've come up with so far. Pretty sure this is close to finished. Like, these elements that I've added, son, oh boy, it's fire. I mean, at least I think so. So check this out. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Any links to stuff that I've talked about or I feel like you'll be interested in are in the description below. But yeah, check this beat out.